Hey, how you doing? Back with another video. So in the last video, we hopefully now have a full document of recorded information. So it should have proteins, carbs, fats, fiber, alcohol, if any, for the week, and body weight measurements put in there as well, which has given us our averages and our calorie totals for the week. So what happens next is I'm going to go into Nutrition Hub, and if you have maintained your body weight throughout the week, you're going to have a number in here, and then you simply just type it into the box above, and then we can skip this whole section. If we haven't and we've gone over or gone under, then what we need to do is just put our weight into the top box in pounds, and there is a conversion tool here if you need to change it from kilos into pounds, and then just put that into here. And then we're going to go down to the next box, which is activity level. And if you work in an office and you don't walk around a whole lot, then we want to go with this one, plus 3 to 6 days of weight training per week. If you are maybe working in an office but walk around a fair bit, then you want to go to this one. If you walk around a lot, for example, you go here. And if you are super active, a lot of like manual work plus weight training, then you would go here. But I'm going to pick this one. So sedentary plus 3 to 6 days of weight training. And then we've got a multiplier here. So this is between 1.3 and 1.6 for that particular section. So you want to pick how many days you're going to be active. So 3, 4, 5 or 6. And then you just put 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 or 1.6 in there. Gender, I'm going to go female. And then with body fat percentage, you have a chart along here, and then you go along and pick which one you feel is most relevant to you percentage wise, and then you just select it. So I'm just going to pick that one for now. Okay, next section is section 2, energy balance. Now what we want to do is choose the rate of fat loss by clicking in the red box. So I'm going to pick this one here. So we're going to go roughly in the middle, depending on how much weight you want to lose per week. So 1% body weight loss per week is probably about right to start with. We can adjust any of these as we're going along. And this is quite extreme. I wouldn't go that high, but around 1% is fine. So pick that, and then it'll populate these numbers for us as well. On this particular section, we have a refeed. So what that basically means is you're going to be sticking to the number of calories that is prescribed here per day. And then when you allow yourself a refeed, you can then eat more. So you're, in this particular instance, this person will be able to go up to 2,000 for one day. So that could be on a weekend, or if you want to go out for a meal with your partner, or take the kids out for a meal and not worry too much about what you're eating. We still want to kind of stick roughly with 2,000 calories. So you still need to kind of work it out to a point. But that allows you just to have that kind of day off, almost just to kind of relax a little bit and enjoy your food a little bit more than you normally would. If you want to give yourself 2 refeeds a week, you pick 2. If you want to pick one, pick 1. If you don't want to do any, then pick 0. And what happens is, if we pick 1, is then our calories will be adjusted. So if we just go back to, let's stick 2. This is going to be adjusted accordingly to what we have picked here. So our weekly target is 8,782 calories. And our weekly deficit is 5,518 in this particular instance. So a point of reference is, for every pound of body fat we want to lose, it's around 3,500 calories. So we're, about 1.5, a little bit more here. So that kind of works out. If we were to drop this box down to half, it's going to be roughly 3,500, give or take. So that kind of works out fine. So I'm just going to put that back to 1%. Okay, cardio wise, now don't have to do cardio for weight loss. It comes primarily from how much food you have in, the calorie restrictions, and the weight training that we can be doing will build up the muscle. So the benefit of building up muscle is not only it's going to strengthen your bones, make your heart stronger, make you fitter, it's also going to help you burn more calories as well. So the fat loss comes from actually doing the calorie restrictions. And muscle gain comes from weightlifting. So you are going to be doing some weightlifting at the gym or at home. All right, so next up, we've got just a brief overview of what calorie requirements are for this particular workout intensity. So high intensity is going to burn 110 calories per 10 minutes. Moderate intensity, 79 calories per 10 minutes. And then low intensity, 31 calories roughly per 10 minutes. Rate of perceived exertion is just basically how you kind of feel during that workout. So if you're kind of talking to someone whilst you're doing some exercise, it's going to be quite low. If you're unable to talk to someone, say like you're training with a training partner, you're on one treadmill, training partner's on the other one, and you cannot talk to each other because you're absolutely exhausted, then your RPE would be up to 10. If you can have a normal conversation like I'm talking to you right now, then it would be down somewhere around 2 to 4 out of 10. So it's just kind of like a rough gauge. But these are kind of going to be inbuilt anyway, so don't need to tweak or change anything here. Okay, so next up, we're going to talk about macronutrients and a macro split, which you may have heard of. Macros are proteins, carbs, and fats. We need to have those every single day. And yes, we do need to have fats. Fats are crucial to your bodily function. You need it to produce hormones. You need it for other regulations and other processes that happen in your body. And your body won't work properly if you don't have it. So please do have it and don't skip them. So this here will give us a breakdown of what we currently got. So to pick them, you want to start with the proteins. So unless you have any of these conditions along this note here, you want to go between 0.7 and 1.2. So at the moment, we've got it set to 0.8. So that's grams per pound. So 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight for protein. And then for fats, you're looking at between 0.3 and 0.6. So we currently got it set to 0.2. So if we look down at this chart here, our fat is just under 15%. Now what we don't want to do is drop below 15%, as we put a note in here. It needs to be above 15. So you want to change it here. So I'm just going to change it to 0.3. So that's looking a little bit healthier. So for fat loss particularly, we want to have a large amount of protein, which is going to keep us feeling full up, and we're not going to kind of want to snack so much. And it's also going to maintain more muscle and help you to grow more muscle as well, which in turn will burn the body fat a lot more. Carbs currently set to 15%, and then fats at 23%. Most important thing with fat loss is your protein. We're not going to worry too much about carbs, and to a degree, fats either, providing they're above 15%, which they are. So this is for our normal day, as we call low days. And then if we go up to high days, so our carbs have gone up a lot. So that just allows you the flexibility to eat a little bit more, enjoy food a little bit more, maybe get a little bit more taste out of it. And it allows you to just kind of relax a little bit more. So it will adjust it on here. So this is what we currently got it set to. If we find that we need to make adjustments as we're going along, we can do that very easily on the chart, so not a problem. This is just somewhere to start with. Stage 4, micronutrients. So this is automatically set based on what we've put in. So currently we've got 2 servings of fruit per day and 2 servings of vegetables per day. This can change, can go up or down, as we've already explained, but this is what it's currently set to. So with fruit, obviously you're getting those vitamins, you're getting the phytochemicals and other compounds that you need to have a healthy body and healthy lifestyle. All right, so the last stage of the section here, stage 5, meal timing. So what you want to do here is just put in how many meals you want to have per day. So you really want to be going between 3 and 4. So it's currently set to 4, and it depends on your schedule whether you can fit those in if you're in the office or if you're working from home. It's easier to get the meals in if you're working from home than potentially working from an office, because you have a little bit more prep to do beforehand. But you can always change that as you're going along, and that's then going to change the rest of the figures to suit. So it just balance itself out. And last few sections. So peri-workouts protein. Peri means around. So it's just letting us know how much protein we need to have around the workouts. So low and minimum, or minimum and high, sorry. Pre-workout carbs, so we want to be having, at the moment, this one is set to 6 and 9 grams, and then pre-workout fat intake. So this can slow the digestion down. So if you find that when you get to the end of the workout, you're a little bit exhausted, a little bit tired, you might have got the carbs being used very, very quickly. So what fat does, it mixes up with it. Fat digests slower. So it just allows for a slower digestion and those nutrients just to kind of be delivered a little bit more kind of efficiently, or a little bit slower. So you've got that push, you've got the power to continue workout all the way to the end. But again, these can all be adjusted. Yours are going to be massively different to this based on what you've already put in to our chicken sheets on here. All right, guys, so that is the Nutrition Hub. If you do have any questions, give me a shout. You should have access to the Facebook group, and just put the questions in there if you need to ask anything.